Arriving at the trading post, the Ashen Corp is greeted by Oleg, who is happy to see the reinforcements he requested 3 months ago. Oleg informs the Ashen Corp that the Stag Lord's bandits have been sending every few weeks tax collectors to extort Oleg and his wife Svetlana, and that the tax collectors, led by a man named Haps Bidon, should be arriving the next day. While enjoying a meal of galtragot, the Ashen Corp and Oleg discuss plans to end the extorters' lives. The following morning, most of the Ashen Corp were hidden for an ambush as Diego, Lindsay, and Oleg distracted the tax collectors with breakfast and a song. In an unanticipated turn of events, there were more bandits than usual for the tax collection. Catching word that Oleg may have gotten help to stop them, Haps was in no mood for songs and instead wanted jokes to be told. After Haps started to insult Diego, Amory couldn't hold back the ambush any longer. In outstanding fashion, the Ashen Corp managed to slay all but one of the bandit tax collectors and took the leader Haps Bidon hostage. With Haps utterly terrified of the Ashen Corp to give any information they want, our mercenaries are well on their way to ending the Stag Lord's reign now.
So, have you questioned him yet, is my question.
No. We'd all gotten ready to do our interrogation thing, then Diego walked over, poured tattoos on him, crit his intimidation roll, and you went, all right, I don't know what this guy knows, so we're stopping now, but whatever he knows, you know.
So the question is, Stuart, were you able to think of anything in the last 5 seconds that we were telling you needed to remember things?
I actually do have stuff that he knows. The first thing that he tells you is that the Bandit Lord has 2 nearby camps. Down south, about a day's ride, there is a camp called the Thorn River Camp. There's a woman named Cressel that manages it, and they have a bunch of bandits there. He will also state that if he isn't back within the day, they will get suspicious.
Or are you sure? I mean, it is the wilds here, yes? Yes, right? As he's looking up at his companion, so, dangerous things roam these plains, yeah.
That being said, one of the bandits did get away.
That is true. We'll have to murder him later.
Haps me while it's kind of like shitting his pants. Like,
I mean, he's such a coward. He fled and everything. Left all his friends to die. And I might mean all of them, as he's looking down at Haps.
Covered in tattoos and blood.
Tattoos and gore.
So, let's see here. Which was the camp that he likes to frequent?
Oh, he never. Our boss doesn't leave the fortress anymore. But if you reach the Thorn River camp, you can talk to Cressel. And he's expecting a shipment. That's right. He starts thinking, like, he's thinking real hard. This guy was...
Mathis is doing that, like, rolling with the hand thing, like, yes, come on now.
Go on.
You would tell us immediately and we'll kill you.
Diego, calm down. You'll get your tattoos later.
Don't you mean or will kill you?
It's very, very Emperor's New Groove.
Fine, or we'll kill you.
Our boss is he's a big old man. His name's the Stag Lord, and he's been drinking a lot. And every time we come across booze, we have to save it for him. I haven't had a drink in months because of him.
So he's been consuming all of the alcohol himself.
Boy, he drinks like a fish, and he sleeps like a sleepy creature.
like a bee.
Like a bee.
Sleep like a fish. Breathe like a fish, sleep like a bee.
Well, we could. He's going to look over at Marky. Familiar with poisons? There's always that route.
No skill.
if
no
none
skill
of the
in them
others-
personally. However, Rasheen,
Do
you have anything that might be useful in that regard?
I do not dabble with poisons.
Well, was a thought. He consumes it all himself, that. Well, if we really need to, we could always just gather a shipment, put it there, make it so he drinks it all, murder everything else while he sleeps, and go on. And how does that sound, Haps? Doable? I mean, we took care of yours within a matter of moments.
You know what? You've convinced me pretty well. If I do say so myself, I'll show you where the camp is, and all you gotta do is just let me go. That sound like a good deal, mates?
Depends. If you do well, we might even hire you. I'd assume you'd like to be on our thing, and our payroll, if possible. We could always use a good scout. How are you at sneaking around?
I led a couple. I've been collecting taxes from Oleg for a little while. I'd say I did pretty good at that.
Yeah, Matheson will probably go over here and just kind of shout for Oleg. Oleg, is Haps known to be skilled in anything other than taking your money?
Just kill him.
Just kill him. Traditional. There it is.
It is traditional Milovian. There, we found. Are we interrogating Haps in the traditional Milovian manner?
Well, you can take a look in the pit and see if we're doing it by your ways.
You lack thumb screws. I go.
Well, he is down in the pit.
I will get bigger screws from Shed. Be right back.
I'll get the
Take your time. So, let's see here.
Haps goes, you got a jail, right? I can just go to jail.
You see, we haven't added one onto the fortress just yet. You see, we just arrived. Dealing with the problems, murdering the Stag Lord, all that kind of thing.
Yes, the logistics of getting you to a jail that's that far away is just... drain on resources. Much easier just to leave you here.
Well, actually, to be fair, there is Valerie.
True.
Although I think she also wants to murder him. Choices. Either way, I do believe that we need to continue on with this endeavor. We have the idea of 2 different locations in camps. Of course, we'll take Haps with us. It's always the safest place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, friends close and enemies in your bedroom. Yeah, I got it.
Good. Diego, Marquis, Rasheen, anything else you think?
No, I already got these tattoos.
You, what? When did you... never mind.
Not even... Nope.
Haps notices a gash on his leg. Boy! Shouts in Cockney.
Diego shrugs and goes, I'm very good. What can I say?
I think you're a psychopath. I mean, that's what you could say, but,
The blood doesn't spurt out of the wound.
We'll get you therapy. How does that sound?
How fortified is Thorn River Camp?
Oleg comes back. I brought thumb screws, except they are much bigger. It's more like hand screws.
Hand screws.
Haps looks up. It's practically just open field.
How many men? Is there an actual sentry circuit?
Oi, of course. Well, if you go down south, and he'll describe a specific tree or something, just a landmark.
Yep.
Essentially, he will describe it in such enough detail that once you enter the hex, the DC to find it is significantly smaller.
Excellent.
He will mention they got about a half dozen men at all times, not including Cressel, and she's a fierce one. She's a bit of a firecracker, if I'm being honest. He kind of laughs to himself.
Oh, so Diego's type.
Yes.
Good timing.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can take you there, and I can stay out of the fighting. I'll be your backup. I can shoot with a bow. Yeah.
So you're simultaneously going to stay out of the fighting and shoot your bow.
Oh, now that you mention it, that sounds really dumb.
He's technically out of the melee. I'll stay out of the melee. I'll still shoot my bow though.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, whatever. Just don't kill me. That's all he cares about right at this moment.
Well, there's a potential for hiring down the line if you do well, but always remember, and I'll point to Marquis, he has mind blades. So, shall we? Everyone ready?
But of course, my lord, as I reach down so that he can basically be pulled out of the pit.
Alright, you pull Haps out. Oleg stares him down like he's about ready to stab him, like in the face with the hand screws.
Oh, I'll take those. Those will be very good for keeping him in line. Thank you, Oleg. Always a pleasure so far.
I could show you traditional Milovian method of binding hands. You see, hand screw, this may surprise you, goes through the hand, and you can bind them together.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. I've used them. Well, I shouldn't say that. Other times.
Rasheen looks at Matheson.
He just walks away.
At this point, Habs is like, is he joking?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea. But if you do try to betray us and say shoot any of our compatriots in the back, well, looks at his gun. You just won't have a stomach anymore.
Oh, bring him back alive. I make example. In traditional Milovian manner.
Can't promise that.
This guy's having a bad day.
Come now.
So, are you heading out immediately, or are you gonna wait a little bit, heal up, and whatever? Who even got injured?
Matheson.
I think I was the only one who got critted, yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like,
As is
we came out of that fight very good. We opened it.
In traditional moving fashion, I'm the only one who got hit.
That's why everyone thinks you're a wizard. Like you get hit like once and die all the time.
No, that shield must be for decoration. You think? Sure feels like it.
Good work, Wizard Matheson.
Oh,
Every enemy that fights Matheson just feels like a god.
Svetlana is going to be laying down to rest. Meanwhile, the rest of your crew is essentially cleaning up and doing other things. Oleg has told Harim and Amiri to start gathering bodies, and he's already started hanging them outside the front of the fort.
As a warning.
Oh yeah, no, like, Oleg's straight cold-blooded, dude. Like, even in the original written book, that's what he does. He makes examples. Like, it's
I see like Amiri like carrying all the bodies in one arm or something.
yeah, just shouldering the whole responsibility.
Like, hop, here we go.
Meanwhile, Harim is following, and Svetlana's dressed still. He still hasn't changed. He absolutely...
Lindsay, you've traveled through some of these lands, yes? I assume in collecting a bit of information for your book?
Actually, I haven't been in the Stolen Lands per se, but I have done a little bit of traveling between various countries in Great Messania.
Okay. Wanted to verify some of the information from Haps, but I think we'll be fine. I don't think that he's going to try to lead us astray after he saw what has occurred so far.
Well, if you want, Lindsay can do a quick bardic knowledge check to see if, like, most of the information seems on the up and up.
I would be very happy for that.
Would it be possible for Diego to learn the spell Sense Tattoos?
I like to imagine you're asking this to Lindsay, and she's like, I can look into it.
Would it be possible to learn Sense Tattoos?
I will put it on the docket. And, oh, did you want it on the adventuring board? He points to the front of his house. Just over here. there is a quest board, just like in an RPG. And on it, there are several quests that you can do. So on the quest board, there are currently 2 quests up there. There's one that Oleg put up himself called Trophy Hunt, where he wants you to find a Tatzelworm for him. And
Either of you know what one of those are?
yeah, if anyone wants to roll, I believe, nature.
Oleg, what is a Tatzelworm?
But it's always good to have that feeling of like, you know,
Oleg,
more than what's going on.
What is a tattoo worm?
It's a tattoo worm.
I know what it is in real life.
Oleg points out, he's like, oh, a Tatzelworm is fairly common dragon monster here in the Stolen Lands. If you bring it back, I want it to put up a trophy. I need traditional Melovian conversation piece.
What's this for? Conversation piece.
Yeah.
Marky looks at the corpses decorated in special ways and thinks to himself, that's not a conversation piece?
That's his decoration.
No, that is warning. Conversation piece is hunting trophy. And Amiri, who's carrying another body, is like, yeah, he gets it. This guy knows what's up. I like his style as she flings a body off of the side and it just hangs there.
Dead or alive?
Oh, very much dead. They do not make good living pieces. But I suppose Svetlana, when she's feeling better, she rests over there now. She'll get.
That's
better.
fine. I didn't know if you wanted it killed in a certain way or posing or anything like that. You know how it can be.
Just
Trophies are very particular.
if you could, try to save most of body. I will display as much of Tatzelworm as possible.
Blunt force trauma. Got it.
If you could, make sure, at least mostly face. Make the face good. But if you also can make body good, I am excellent at taxidermy.
See what we can do.
Perfect.
The other quest is Radish Soup, posted by Svetlana, and it's a really cute quest notice. It's written on like pink paper. There's lots of hearts and stuff. And basically, Svetlana has put it up, and she mentions how her husband is super stressed, so she wants to make him moon radish stew. She's offering 15 gold pieces for it.
I would take both of those. Accept both quests.
Oh, and if you could please keep quiet. I don't want Svetlana knowing I asked this, but come, please, come closer. That son of a... He points at Haps. Stole Svetlana's wedding ring. If you could bring it back to me, I greatly appreciate it. I will give you 50 gold pieces to return her ring. It's his family heirloom. Traditional Melovian family heirloom.
Do not worry. I should cut off his fingers until one possesses the ring.
Beautiful. That is
Diego,
So I find the one
That works at all.
Oleg's like, you know what? For taking Svetlana's ring, you should take their fingers. It is only fair.
I'm surprised Diego can hear you
Oleg.
all the way over there.
Don't give him ideas.
Diego's the
We
best
don't need him
whisperer in
collecting
all the
both
world.
tattoos and fingers.
Diego's the best at whispering.
Hey, listen, he is upholding peace. We had much strife in this land, and then you come here and in one afternoon, you absolutely clean up. I like cut of his jib.
I like the idea that Diego's just talking about this, but he's shouting it so that the guy can hear.
So yeah, So officially speaking, you have Oleg's trophy, finding the Tatzelworm. You have Radish Soup, and Svetlana's ring as your quests. Those are just little side quests that you can do.
All right, let's go do them all and then come back and turn them all in.
Clearly.
We'll see what we're able to do.
And, give them hell for me, please.
Oh, that I can promise. All right, everyone, rest up as you need. Do preparations. We're going up potentially to battle, but we'll see what we can do.
As this is happening, your various, essentially, hired hands, they're going to be asking you, do you want them to man the fort here, or would you like any of them to go with you?
Personally, I'd like Lindsay and then either Valerie, Amiri, or Harun. I'd like 2 back at the fort if possible. Would it sound good for you all?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so DM to players, please only take 1 NPC or only
Got
have
it.
1 active in the fight.
I'll take
Got
them
it.
all. Take an army
Sorry.
to go do these things.
Yeah, in my head, I'm just going,
Yeah, we'll take
Lindsay
them
has
all.
healing and inspire courage.
Lindsay has healing? I think that was like the one spell she didn't have.
Oh, I thought we used that at some
No,
point.
she
Okay.
does not
I think you
have
gave it to
healing.
her for
No.
plot reasons.
I gave it to her as plot reason. Hold on, checking her spells.
I don't know. What do you all think?
Well, I will point out Amiri does have experience living in the wilderness and wilderness travel. So she might be good for getting us from point A to point B safer and easier.
Also, we pay her the least.
We do pay her the least.
Although
I
potentially the most.
wasn't gonna say that out loud, but
I don't mind, Amiri says, like, as she throws the final body over the battlements. If I don't kill, I don't get paid.
We don't draw blood.
Draw blood, that's specifically it.
Mhm.
And she taps her skull at Diego, like, thinking, I'm so clever. Like,
but yes, my 2 votes would be Lindsay or Amiri. Lindsay for support spells and such and knowledge. Amiri for survival.
listen, if
Fair.
you're gonna go kill some beasties, I'm your girl. As she, like, points a thumb at herself.
Hoorah!
What? I think that's a bit rude. I don't think those vagrants are beasts. They're rude, definitely, though.
Now, I heard you got a quest for a dragon. I want to kill a
Oh.
dragon.
Either way, Machine, any preferences?
Well, my lord, it does seem that you have very good points with either bringing Lindsay or Amiri. Valerie, are you alright with defending this fort here?
Valerie nods valiantly. After seeing Svetlana, like, go through that, she is absolutely willing to defend the other women at camp.
I don't think that you look over and Diego and Amiri are already leaving camp. Like it's already decided.
That's funny.
Exchanging stories, and they're both telling the story of the battle that just happened. But obviously, it is neither story is true completely.
And like Amiri says, you remember when that ninja showed up?
Yes, I do exactly. I defeated him. Like, no, I defeated him. No, I defeated him.
Matherson, they've already walked away.
Yes. Let me just make a comment to God, and hopefully he'll listen. You said something about not having one active. How about we use Amiri for the travel, and then get her confused or dealing with something, and we'll have Lindsay for the combat. Sound good? That all right with you, God?
It's okay with you, God.
Lindsay's like, what? If you want to take 2 NPC and leave 1 behind, actually it does make sense because you're bringing Haps with you. Lindsay can hold on to him, or Amiri could, or whatever.
Probably Amiri.
Probably.
Although it would be really funny to be like, it's a halfling.
Let's leave Lindsay with him.
I can just beat this thing to death. And she just like shots a tree or something, and just like parts of it explode.
I do have
never mind.
I do have the image of like we tying up the guy and then like just we leave him with Lindsay and Lindsay just reads him like really bad poetry she'd be working on or something. Like she tests the stories on him. What do you think about this line? And he's like, what do you think? No, wait, think this line. And she's like, just uses him as like a bounce board off of ideas.
That's honestly kind of cute too. I do kind of like that, to be honest.
Marquis is just gonna gesture to Haps because he's not having this guy at our back.
Haps just kind of slouches forward and goes, "You forgot traditional Melovian hand screws." Here, he hands them to Marquis.
Traditional Melovian amputation.
Marquis will take them. Look at Haps as if he's sizing his hands up. Just nod to himself and put them away.
Yes, thank you for the hand screws. We'll totally use them.
I'm sorry. I just love you going, like taking that. bringing it up to Matheson, handing him. He goes, "Oh yes, perfect. We'll definitely."
Yep.
Yes, we'll guard these traditional hand screws our lives. Take this.
All right, let's get all.
As we're walking, Marky's just gonna ask. So, Haps,
Well, I.
where is Svetlana's ring?
Well, actually, I took it and I gave it to Kressel as things were getting hot and spicy one night. I had a couple drinks in me and got a little emotional, and I gave her the ring. He says romantically.
And did that work?
Of course, she's probably still wearing it. We were very happy. Yeah.
Perfect. It'll be great when you see her again.
Haps informs you that normally when they ride by horseback, it takes about a full day. And he says it's south of here. He leads you in this direction. And it says it's by a river because it's known as Thorn River Camp.
All right. Well, Amiri, if you would please, it seems we'll be going through a bit of forestry. I assume you can make sure that we're going to be protected.
Now, the one thing I do want to ask is, are you all going to be on horseback? Or are you walking?
I assume horseback?
I assume horseback for the speed.
Okay.
Especially
Yeah,
if we want
that'd
to try and
probably be
catch
good.
up to the guy that managed to get away. I doubt we will, but
Yeah.
And take his tattoos.
All right, so you have 5 horses and 6 travelers.
Lindsay can ride with me.
She is not complaining. Not once does that bother her. She's like, where am I riding? Like, looks
Come
at
on
the
now,
front-
Lindsay.
Up front.
Up.
She does that little thing. Okay, and Haps is like, is he gonna be dragged behind or something? Because you remember, you're bringing Haps, and you have 5.
If we tie his hands behind his back and throw him over one of the horses, does it count as luggage?
All right, if you are tying up Haps and throwing him on a horse, that does mean that I believe you do get enough time to do that. Hexploring, here we are. Popping out, so I can...
It's not like he needs to be comfortable.
no.
He really doesn't, no. All right, so horses, what speed do horses travel by?
1 horsepower.
I knew it was coming.
You know what's funny? That's actually inaccurate. Horses have, for whatever reason, 17 horsepower.
That doesn't make
You're
any
telling
sense.
me
It really
there's
doesn't.
17 horses in one horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gross. That is somebody's fetish.
That horse has the power of 17 horses. You can't measure things by themselves.
I assume they are riding horses.
How much manpower is in one man then?
So their speed is 40 feet.
40 feet.
I don't
okay.
care if they're riding horses.
So according to this, you can do 2 activities per day. So traveling, Matherson, decide which hex you guys want to go to.
Probably a direct route. I know Amiri will be able to take care of us with her wilderness abilities, yes? So let's head straight into the forest.
All right. You head straight into the forest.
Of course, we'll use her sage counsel.
Sage Council, of course.
Sage.
Are you attempting to catch up to the guy that got away?
Maki, using your mathematical abilities, do you actually think we have the ability to actually ride upon that man?
How long did they... I assume it took at least like an hour, if not more.
Yeah, at the very least. Yeah.
Unlikely. He has the benefit of knowing where he is going, as well as being a lone rider, not an entire group.
Well then, it would be better for us to make sure that we are well prepared, rested, and ready for killing intent.
Cool. All right. If you would like instead, then you can, especially since you've already had a battle today, you can choose to set up camp. Or you can explore the area.
Any objections? As he's looking to the others.
Explore, lose 50 experience points.
That's what it's called, bro. I ain't even joking. That's how it works.
Explore. Great, you found the worm already. What?
You didn't tell us it was
Excuse
this
me.
close to home.
So essentially speaking, like, yeah, if you want, you can explore this entire area, and that is one full activity.
And how long do activities take?
According to this, it doesn't say. Like, it really doesn't. It just says you can
So
do...
accurate.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
So is it camping with an exploration, or...
Camping is a different activity. So in Pathfinder, everything's done in phases. This is technically a travel or exploration phase, which is entirely different than anything else. While exploring, moving to another hex is an activity. Exploring a hex completely, that is also an activity.
We're timed, right?
Technically, yes, you are timed.
How do we know how many days we have left?
Technically, you don't.
This one, we're timed. We don't know what the time limit is.
Yeah, I'll look it up again, and I'll just tell you as players. But yeah.
Oh, we don't need to know. Let it just come upon us when it happens.
I do think that we are on a major duty, so maybe not fully exploring, but we do probably need to make sure that we're going to be prepared. I believe camping for the night would be smart, although, if need be, we could just travel on and then camp.
If we camp out, that does give the fort time to have the guy show back up and then be on alert.
Yes, there's one of two potential outcomes. Either he will have been terrified by the amount of slaughter and sounds that he was hearing, but not able to be seen, and think, oh, maybe we should abandon this place and go to the other one to better fortify it, or we will find him there.
Was he injured at all?
No, he was on the outside of the wall, and he ended up managing to not get hit by your shot.
Oh, darn. Otherwise, I would say that he would probably have to stop for the night somewhere to rest up.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, he probably would do that also, because the horse will get tired eventually. If we press on, do you think that we would be able to catch him if he camps?
Marquis?
If he is to camp, possibly. Our horses are slightly more well rested than his, having been put in the stables for a couple hours. Whereas his basically has been running non-stop except for the few minutes it took us to take his compatriots out. It is possible if he were to stop for camp to try and recoup and let his horse rest, we could in theory catch up to him.
Oh, Mary, you have any experience in tracking?
Oh, yeah.
Diego, I know you do as well.
She's like, yeah, I'm a great hunter. Here.
The best. The best
All right.
hunter. Well,
how long ago do you think, because he doesn't know this, doesn't know that it was a terrible roll.
Yep, we
How long
don't
ago do you
know.
think
Technically don't.
it was that they passed through, or he passed through?
that was perfect timing. I'm the best hunter ever.
I'm the best.
Critical fail.
Oh shit, that's so good.
I'm just picturing her going 2 days ago. What?
He went this way! So I was just
up.
walking off this direction.
That's the way we came, actually. I can't wait for it to be like Stuart rolls nothing but ones, and then we get to a battle, and Matherson has to go fight the guy. It's nothing but 20s.
That would be a really nice moment to have.
No. Stuart gets nothing but 20s.
Yeah,
Well,
Stuart
that's
gets
what
nothing
I'm
but 20.
expecting.
Oh, okay.
Diego also rolls survival, rolled an 11, not that great, but Diego also wonders why is no one asking Diego. Diego also has an opinion.
Yeah,
I don't.
You listen, you kill the ninjas, I'll go find them for us. How about that, slugger? She elbows you.
But Diego's an excellent tracker. I have much experience tracking down villains and hideous ne'er-do-wells, especially the hideous ones, with plenty of tattoos.
So, How long ago did he pass by here? Are we even gaining?
3 days ago.
They came by yesterday. You can tell because she points at these like twigs in the air. She's like, yeah, when their horses pass by, it hits their hats. And when their hats get hit, it knocks the branches out.
He has no idea.
Diego, do you have any comments in which to elucidate this issue?
I like the hat suggestion.
The hat is a good one. No, she has a point. Marquis is like, let me end this now. Look.
Exactly, just no words, not acknowledging this. He just
They went this
gets off
way.
his horse and starts doing his job.
Yeah,
I'm
just
sorry, starts doing Amiri's job.
yeah, Marquis just leans into Matheson and just goes, 2 hours.
2 hours this way. It knows exactly like he's like 5'5" and
All right.
The horse seems to be tired. It might be
140 pounds.
Okay, actually, this is a good one. Thanks to Marquis' roll, somehow you were able to smooth over both Amiri and Diego's ego, and you guys traveled this direction to the southeast, and you find a clearing of, well, some various plants around. If you want to go ahead and give me a nature check.
There might be radishes here.
Yeah, it could be.
16.
My God.
I'm not skilled in nature.
My God, you're surrounded by moon radishes.
Oh,
And, Marquis, you see another horse here. There's just a horse hanging out along with some stuff on the ground.
I'm gonna roll that perception roll.
Diego, your 17 lets you know that these are moon radishes.
I believe I found some moon radishes.
Great, mark this place, and on our way back, we'll collect as many as we can.
Diego's already eating them. Like,
Sorbetta, you walk over, and it looks like this bandit took a dog left, thinking that he could shake your trail, and he parked his horse here along with his gear, and like, if he's not around, he doesn't have his stuff.
Well, he's either coming back, or he's left all of his supplies here, and the stolen lands may do our job for us.
Meanwhile,
Are you saying the thief was robbed?
Oh no, I'm saying the thief was an idiot.
Well, we already knew that.
Meanwhile, you see Rasheen doing the Elmer Fudd with his rifle drawn, moving towards the gear and the horse.
He's like, I'm hunting rabbits.
Hunting rabbits. As you get closer to the horse backs up and like snorts at you, like the starts stomping.
Rasheen stops moving for a minute, plucks a radish, and tosses the radish at it.
The horse rears for a second, and then you can see that its reins are attached to a tree, and it doesn't move. However, Marquis, you can hear in the distance, like just beyond this grove that you found, you can hear the chattering of little creatures having an intelligent conversation.
Gonna cast message to Matherson. We're not alone. There's something right outside the clearing talking amongst themselves.
Alright. Matheson will dismount. And he'll go take a look. Ah.
To be fair,
I have a +6, you know.
yeah, Rasheen got 12. Let me double check. You guys skulk over to where the noise is, and you start peeking over the foliage, and there are 4 kobolds sitting down next to a fire that they've created, and you can see what became of the thief. As a lot of them are patting their bellies, and there's like, it's actually kind of a gruesome scene.
Oh no.
Yeah. The kobolds are talking amongst themselves. Can anyone speak Draconic?
I can.
They're like, wow, that Longshanks came by and he just left all his gear there. I know, what an idiot, right?
Diego can speak the Draconic.
Can you?
No. But he'll
He's gonna
claim that he
pretend
can. He's just translates it. It's all completely wrong. Yes, they're talking about last week a terrible, terrible storm, and that one of them is actually sleeping with the other. And then there's like a whole soap opera in place, and it's like, no, that's not what they said.
I don't know. Good try though.
They start mentioning about a new chief. And some of them are complaining amongst themselves about this particular chief. Right now, it doesn't seem like they've detected you at all. The crackling of their fire, the fact that they're all satiated and full and a little bloated, and the fact that they're just kind of pleased with themselves. Your stealth rolls were seemingly enough to not catch their ire.
That's surprising.
I know.
My
So-
lord,
Yes.
I do not have any grenades, but I could, pop 2 or 3 of them off and then we capture the last one and interrogate.
No, we have more pressing matters now. But what we'll do is we'll take the horse and the equipment and leave.
Fair enough.
We'll see if Lindsay would like to use this one.
Ah, yes.
If not, then I guess we can give Haps a horse.
Amiri's like, yeah, but, we could kind of take him. And I get paid for every blood I draw, so,
You're right, but there's going to be so much blood at that fortress.
You think we can't kill 4 fattened kobolds?
No, it's not a thing of that. It's just a waste of time now, isn't it?
She's thinking... She's like, yeah, but the only reason we were rushing is because of him, as she points to one of the kobolds chewing on an arm.
You really want to murder these ones, don't you?
It's really fun.
In her defense, she does have a point. Our timetable just went from hours to until nightfall.
Yes, do be fair. I mean, Haps did say that they would get suspicious if not by end of day and all of that. But, we can take 5 minutes. How about that? 5 minutes and then we leave.
Lindsay, who is now privy, you're now having a group little powwow. She's like, do we need to kill them?
Well, you see, they're really eager. They were talking about a new chief, though, so maybe capturing one of them to, get the down on that might be good for your book. New kobold chief?
Yeah, let's meet the chief. She starts bouncing excitedly.
I don't think we'll be meeting it just yet, but we'll get some information about it. Good to start preparing.
Excellent.
Still have to deal with the Stag Lord first, of course.
Well, as a plan,
Just wings at her.
what if I shoot them first and then all of you guys just jump down afterwards and just see them?
I'm fine with that, yes.
Ooh, yeah, we can win the battle before it even starts. She steps back and begins humming a little poem to herself. As she does, you all gain Expire Courage for the next round.
Ah, yes.
Excellent.
I do not have a map, but essentially, you are in a clearing full of moon radishes, and adjacent to that clearing is dense foliage that you guys are sitting and chatting in. And then there's a second clearing with more moon radishes and kobolds sitting around a campfire.
I guess we just attack them.
You can just attack, yeah.
Yes, we have 2 good ranged characters, and then the other 2 melee can ambush them as they get close. If they get close.
Honestly, I think you guys will take care of this in the surprise round, so I'm going to let you roll.
I'm
going to let you roll your attacks and see where this goes.
Okay.
And now for my failure.
Yes.
Now for Stuart's natural 20.
Yo!
Didn't damage, but it finally hit.
You sure did. Let me check their armor.
Prep shield, and of course the other thing.
First of all, their AC...
Wait.
You are Inspired Courage, by the way. So that's
I'm trying to remember what that does.
+1 to attack rolls.
And
So
damage.
26.
And damage.
Oh, and 4 damage. Unless I somehow critted them by getting...
That +1
I don't know.
crit. Yeah, you crit.
Oh, fantastic. So 15 damage. Wow.
Their AC is 16.
I'm a little annoyed. Madison finally does something, neat. on like mooks. It's fine.
All right, Matheson, with a crack of your whip, you flick it outwards and wrap it around the kobold's neck that's chewing on an arm, and you just, as you pull him towards you and you snap its neck. The gun goes off, fires wildly into them. The kobolds all drop their equipment, like fall to their bellies and start attempting to crawl. However, because they are bloated from both moon radishes and the fresh meat they just got, two of them immediately begin ralphing all over the ground.
Ugh!
I can follow it up human.
Yeah, it's just it smells. Telekinetic rend. Okay, that's a crit.
Jesus.
Success.
Yeah. 3 bludgeoning, 5 slashing, and then
24, 23, 23, 17.
This is the only game in which I roll well. Like,
Well, you only roll
Wow.
well when it's the
It's so
enemy,
great
like,
for us.
And it's a Miri to not one.
of course. All right, so the one that failed straight up like dies, and not only is he spilling his guts out of his mouth, he's spilling his literal guts. One, he didn't bloat himself. He just ate enough to be satiated, stands up and draws a sling. The other one, you did half damage, so you did 8 damage too. He is ralphing on the floor and bleeding profusely. The one who has a sling, basically the only one he could really see at this point is Matherson, so he's gonna fling a rock at you, bud.
That's fine. Use one of my actions. Okay, that doesn't matter.
ping.
Yay! I didn't get crit. Is this what feeling tanky feels like?
he slings a rock at you and then yeets another one, and you just casually pull up your shield and block them both.
Just swipe him out of the air with the shield.
Yeah. The other one grabs his gut, like stands up, pulls out a spear, and attempts to throw it at Matherson as well.
Still misses.
And you catch it with your shield. All right, rest of the party, go.
Let's see.
Uh,
I roll a 10, a mighty respectable 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, it goes wide.
Miri, use javelin.
Yo!
no!
The goblin that was fresh and ready to go just gets annihilated with that spear, and Amiri stands
She
up.
crit it so hard it changed species.
What did I say?
Goblin.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Fucking the kobold.
But it was such a good throw that it goes through the kobold, like it pierces the kobold. But it's such a perfect wound; it draws no blood. It stops it completely.
It's like a lightsaber.
He cauterized.
All right, the last kobold begins drawing his sling. Is there anyone else who can go?
Well, all of us now can
Didn't
attack,
see?
since technically you already had that one attack.
I did. Yep.
I'm just gonna go up and, punch it to knock it out.
Yep. We do want one alive.
All right, go for it. Okay, so kobold's kind of small, so I imagine you kick it.
No, I
Balls.
elbow drop it.
You elbow drop it. Prim and proper Majin runs out, pile driver. The kobold is KO'd.
I believe this one will be the one that we interrogate later. The rest seem dead.
Can I roll perception to find tattoos?
Yes. But since it's a different species that you're not accustomed to, and they're not giants, the DC's higher.
The DC's higher. Perceive.
The one that Amiri, headshot does in fact have a tattoo.
Okay, so Dio goes over there and cuts off the tattoo.
The one thing you do notice, it actually is very, very fresh. And it is the shape of a kobold with purple hair.
Fantastic. I can use this as reference if I just take it with me. Awesome.
Yeah.
I can use this for future reference. And so I cut off the tattoo and I pocket it.
Gross.
Lindsay, would you happen to know, or I guess if any of you know, if kobolds have clan markings?
Some do, for sure. She pulls out another book, and it's essentially a guide to kobold clans in the Stolen Lands.
The idiot's
Oh,
guide
yeah.
to the Stolen Lands.
Idiot's Guide to Stolen Lands. She opens it up, and you start sifting through it. Now, this book is a couple years old, so it's not exactly up to date. It's like one of the older versions. But you cannot find any kobold clan with that type of sigil.
Well, it was a new chief, they said, but if there's any similar ones, it probably would be a good idea. Either way, we can stuff him in a bag, yes?
A kobold?
Yes.
You need a big bag, but
Goes over to the horse that was abandoned.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
by the way, this horse just saw its previous master get eaten, and then you obliterate 4 creatures. It is straight up not having a good time. If you want to approach it, that is going to need an animal handling.
Don't worry. Diego will handle this.
That would be nature.
Nature. Here we
It
go.
is nature, yeah.
I have not trained this at all, but Diego, that won't stop Diego.
It will not.
I was 16.
Yeah,
I was
actually,
thinking of 1.
You
I
know?
got 16.
yeah, you approach it, you give it the spiel, and the horse is like, "Oh, Diego."
I just go all Aragorn all over it. It's like it's speaking like Jotun to it, and then it just starts to obey.
It does, yeah. It calms down near Diego's presence.
All right. Diego, that's your horse for now. I'm not going to trust anyone else with it. It is yours. Good job. Are there any bags on it, though? Large bags we can stuff him in, maybe gag him.
Does it have any rope?
Yeah, you find some rope.
Awesome. I'm gonna start tying this guy up so that we can talk to him later.
Lindsay will try to contain his guts. she'll bandage up his stomach.
Oh, he's still alive, but bent. Okay, well.
All I think I did was punch and knock him out.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that we got the one with the stomach opening.
I
I'm
thought
surprised
so.
he's alive.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing good, actually. He does have a wound 1 from that little problem. So,
That's fine.
Let me take a look at it.
oh, you managed to stitch him up just fine. In fact, I like to imagine you're using stitching from your own gum, like your own flesh. 'Cause
Yeah, yes. It's all natural. It'll dissolve when the wound is healed. Don't worry about it. I'll just be part of you forever.
Fortunately, the kobold neither understands you nor is conscious.
I imagine Lindsay's
Who wins
right
in our
next
book?
to me helping me out, and she's just hearing me say this.
That's really, actually, she'd be more impressed. It's like, that sounds really useful.
It hurts every single time I do this. Ow.
Oh my god. Okay, you secure the area. Would you like to set up camp? That is pretty much the rest of your exploration activities for the day, unless you want to force march.
I don't think we should. I think it'll be fine. They'll be suspicious, and who knows? Maybe they'll send some people out to the fortress to die, which would mean less people, or so on and so forth. I don't think they'll be necessarily preparing for an assault.
Right on. You determine that this radish clearing is a significant enough campsite, so we will skip that activity. If you would like, you can perform any other camp thing for the evening, or you could just head right to sleep. It's up to you.
Mr. Snorebetter,
Mr.
Yes?
do you believe fire, electricity, or acid would be best to handle these upcoming bandits?
Yeah, that's a good question. Matherson,
Yeah.
are we intending on taking the fort to potentially use it ourselves later?
Well, it sounds like it's an open clearing. I didn't hear of any actual walls, so the thing we might be calling a fort may just be a camp. Either way,
True.
I don't think we'll need it. And if need be, once we get the funding, we can always just repair or upgrade in the future.
Then I would go with the fire. Just be careful not to hit anything that looks like it's their storeroom depot.
Haps will be like, oh, actually, if I may make a suggestion, mates, it is a clearing, but in the middle of the forest. I'm no expert, but maybe fire isn't what you're going for. Considering I'm going to be stuck in the forest as you go attack me mates, I'm going to ask you to not burn it down.
I mean, if we're not going to risk burn down the forest, then you'd want acid, because lightning has just as high a chance of setting something on fire.
Fair, fair. Though it is quite dramatic, we might use that in a different time. Acid sound alright with you?
So apparently, Deadman's PC just crashed.
A bunch of buzzkills.
I'll check in with Deadman real quick.
No worries.
Fair enough, Rasheen says. Alright. If you want then, Amiri will hunt and gather, and she's going to spend her time gathering up the moon radishes so you guys can get paid from Oleg.
Also, Diego will also collect moon radishes in competition as if he can collect more than her.
Okay. It is going to be a survival check to... actually, it'll be either survival or nature, whichever is better for you.
What about thievery?
Like you're going to steal from her? That's really funny. And yes,
like she's way better than him, so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna sneak up behind her and like just take what she collected and go, I win. And see. 26.
She gathers what is known as 3 special ingredients. You still gather 1 and then steal 1 from her.
So we're even.
Yeah, or you know what? That was so high that like. You know what? You steal it from the other thief's bag. Like you steal it from the kobolds.
That makes sense.
So roll a 1d4.
1, of course.
Of course, of course. Let's say it's 1d4 plus 1.
Okay.
All right, so you take 2 moon radishes from the dead kobolds, and you grab 1 moon radish from Amiri's stores, and she's like, wow, I could have sworn I grabbed more. She shrugs. You're better at moon radish gathering. I can see Stu, your voice.
Diego raises them in the air triumphantly.
My voice.
It's fantastic that you two are bonding, but once again, we're not carrying these with us until we come back through here.
Do not worry, Amiri. It's all in the triceps.
Yeah, see, I just focus on my abs.
Abs are useless for picking some radishes.
You are very wise, Diego. You're wise in the way of the radish.
The ways of the radish.
If you want, someone can attempt to disguise camp with a stealth check.
I think Diego and I are probably the highest ones for that, because I've got a +6 on that.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But my rolls are always terrible. Let's see what happens.
6.
Oh no, it is literally one person. You took your time to gather special ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, good, because I sucked at it.
Yeah, so Matheson took care of it.
All right. The green belt, I believe the DC for anything in the green belt is 14. So yeah, you definitely succeed in camouflaging the camp.
If only I had that inspire, then it would have been a critical success. I don't know if that actually helps or not.
Well, actually, I think... Let me check Lindsay's special camp thing. Because she can actually... I think she just makes everyone's thing one step better. Camping with Lindsay. Bolster confidence. Lindsay's enthusiasm inspires everyone around her. Checks on all other camping activities while Lindsay does this. Gains a +1 circumstance bonus. Okay.
Oh, so it's a critical success anyways.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is a well-disguised camp. We still have Marquis Sorbetta and...
I'm looking at the options and looking at, like, most of these I can't do. At least not yet.
Oh, I'm removing the minimum because that's just annoying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just got back from my computer apparently wanting to suddenly crash on me. What are we doing?
You are organizing camp.
In that case, I'm going to organize watch.
Okay. That requires perception.
Perception.
Yep.
14, so 15.
That is a success, which means characters gain a +1 perception when they're on their watch. Perfect. Dead man. The only things really left if you want to assist in camp is cooking a basic meal, provide aid. You can help somebody, but honestly there isn't anything super helpful here. You can relax or tell a campfire story.
Cooking a basic meal, you say? Interesting. It's almost like I got cookware for this.
Oh, shit. So you have 7 special ingredients if you want to cook anything special.
No, just basic food to keep us fed for the next meal.
Alright, you can either do cooking lore or survival.
I have neither of those are proficiency, so...
Right, you can use alchemy. That's right.
Alchemy. You do know that's... Okay.
That's a crafting. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'll use crafting. That's much better, much better.
Much better. In the Kingmaker Companion, it doesn't let you use crafting, and I understand why, because cooking and cooking with alchemy are 2 entirely different things, but I'm going to let you use crafting.
Fair enough. I'll make a note of that in my notes.
Alright, so you regain hit points equal to your con modifier. Normally this isn't what it lets you do, but I'm just letting you do it.
Oh, okay. Is it my con modifier, or is it everyone's individual con modifier?
Everyone's individual con modifier.
Okay.
I gained 1 health.
On top of it, you gain a +1 status bonus to all your saving throws for 24 hours.
Very useful.
Then, how many ingredients does this use up?
If it's a basic meal, none.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say you use up all your basic ingredients, though.
I'm using a bunch of, like, not ripe radishes that don't get to count as special.
Yeah, essentially, like unripe radishes, like basic herbs.
You know, Rashid, this meal is real crunchy.
Well, I ain't complaining. I haven't had nothing since yesterday evening, so thank you. Thank you, my man.
You should be lucky that you're even having a bowl right now.
Okay. He looks down. Just okay. Alright. That is it. We're gonna determine watches real quick.
Monkey, you've organized it so well. Oh my god.
Roll the critical one.
He's last.
I assume you're not gonna let Haps take a watch.
Oh god,
Oh.
no.
Alright. We will use this initiative for tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Sounds good.
Alright, watch order. Marquis. That would have been an encounter if Matherson did not crit camouflage the camp. Good job.
Excellent.
Fantastic. You all get through the night without much event. You are rested. You gain the normal resting HP regain.
Almost back up to full health.
The kobold wakes up as the morning light occurs and begins, like, panicking and draconic inside the sack. What are you going to do about that?
I'm just picturing, like, I've been eaten! I've been eaten!
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's straight up what he shouts in draconic.
Or better just say back in Draconic, because I'm pretty sure he's the one who speaks it. You've not been eaten. Calm down.
I hear a weird voice! I hear a weird voice!
Well, now that's just rude. And here we went through the trouble of taking you alive.
Why do you talk funny?
I could say the same from you, but I'm not from around here. Now, please, be quiet. We are trying to sneak up on more, I believe you called them Longshanks.
Yes, it's a good word. Oh, are you a Longshanks too?
I'm not sure what you'd call me. Probably.
he starts swearing in Draconic, like basically giving off like a bunch of slurs for humans. Like, yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not a human.
Be you a dragon?
Dragon adjacent. They're thinking to himself, they're lizards, right?
Roll persuasion or diplomacy.
Holy
Ooh.
crap.
Okay, Suits. His name is Suits. Suits, sit quiet. Suits, sit quiet. Dragon. Suits, listen to Dragon.
Very good, Suits. Don't worry, you'll be out of there soon. I have some business to deal with. In the meantime, are you hungry? We can put some food in there.
I just imagine you're just dumping a hot radish soup. Yes. Suits very hungry. Suits want radish or meat.
Sir Betta will give him some radish.
I think we should
still have
adopt
food
him.
left over.
You open the bag and he looks up at your horned face and he's like, "Oh, this is like no dragon I've ever seen." And a wizard. He looks at Matherson.
And a wizard.
And a wizard.
Oh no, and a wizard. And Matthew.
Oh, you let him out of the bag.
Oh no, he's
That's not
staying
gonna
in
be a
there.
problem, is it?
No, he's staying in the bag. I'm just giving him food for the time being.
Why?
They might understand coming out now, so I'm going to message you. He thinks I'm a dragon and is starting to listen to me, so
May he'll
we're just
reply
going to
with
use
the
this for what it. Yeah,
Go
we're just
ahead,
going
go
to use
ahead.
this for what it's worth.
Yeah, he'll message back. Do you think you can repeat that trick?
With him vouching for me with other kobolds? Yes.
I will keep that in mind. Good job.
And I'm going to give Suits the food and close the bag.
Yeah! Got a kobold in a bag.
You start feeding him scraps of tattoo skin.
It's in your inventory. It's all in a bag. Just do some tattoo skin. This will give me no pleasure. It was dead when I took it off of him.
You just hear, "Yay!" As he keeps.
Skin flakes, yay!
Oh,
My favorite!
My favorite. Oh, that's awful.
And then Diego asks Mary, "What do you prefer? These kobold things or goblins? I always wanted a pet, but I think I'm not really sure which one I should have."
She's like, I'd kill most monsters, but it's a little bit too scrawny for a warrior's death. If I had to pick, that thing looks funny. She shrugs. Yeah, let's give it a sword and teach it stuff later.
Kobold's like a
We're not
Pokemon.
keeping it as a pet.
Yet.
Not with that attitude.
No. We can
I think
organize
you-
a cult later under Monkey, but like right now, we need to focus on the task at hand.
I like the idea of a kobold being like a Pokemon. You just train enough, it becomes a dragon.
Suts is evolving. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
It's a Sutsmillion.
All right, you guys pack up. You guys travel down to the next place. Haps gives you plenty of warning. Again, he's seen you guys be absolutely brutal, so he is not leading you astray.
I'm just picturing, like, he's seen us now interact with two groups, and for some reason, we always keep one alive. He's gonna be like, is it just a pattern? Is this a pattern? Can we work with this?
He's like, could you at least keep Crystal alive? We kind of got a thing going.
Got
I
it.
make no promises. I think,
Going
in
on.
fact, Oleg specifically called out the death of that one.
Like, do you though? Like, do you really?
You guys do reach the clearing, so your perception checks from yesterday. Sorbet, I will just point out, as you enter this area, you can see in the distance a somewhat camouflaged lookout point.
Okay.
I will-
Definitely pointing that out to everyone else.
I will also reveal. Do you see the little token?
I see it poking out.
Yep. That's
Yeah, we see the edge of a token, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And then I will also show this one. There's a guy laying in wait. Haps will point out that their camp is in this direction, but he will mention that the 2 lookout guys are carrying thunderstones to alert other people. He goes, yeah, so when you approach camp, if you're not approaching as a bandit, then my blokes up there, he points to these 2 guys on a hill, they'll throw a thunderstone at you and then start firing. Then Cressel over there will take her men down here and kill us all.
You have so little faith in us.
Well, I mean, they'll try, he corrects himself.
Good, you're going to pass this potential interview with flying colors. Been so helpful. Everyone agree? So helpful so far?
Very helpful, sir.
Seems
Useful
you've got a
so far.
He's got a good eye for these things. And also a really good eye for picking off people's heads. Rasheen, do you think you could hit one of those?
As I aim my blunderbuss, I can always try, sir.
How close do you need to be?
Oh, I kind of need to be a bit closer. I don't have the best range with this, aka I only have a range of 40.
That's fine, that's fine. I'm trying to see how close I need to get. Because what my idea is that you and I will take out these 2, and the rest get ready to murder the other people who come.
Ah, yes. I'll just station myself right behind this bush right here.
Okay. I will need stealth checks for both of you for
Yes.
doing that.
In regards to this, as a quick question, due to the fact that Haps has actually told us where these guys are and kind of like what they're able to see, is it possible to get a bonus for these stealth checks?
Yes, actually. I'll give you a +2 status, actually, because you've been, honestly, doing everything correct, so...
Ah,
Well, you have to be
Yeah,
able to
those
know
are
how to
pretty
run
good
a group
stealth
quite
checks.
well.
Sorry, +2 circumstance. Oh, okay, I just saw that.
Yeah.
You just
27
go.
to 26. We disappear.
He just turns invisible.
Holy shit. Okay.
All right, now I guess
There you go,
we'll
we
see.
found the ninjas.
All right, and then Diego starts killing him. I guess does Amiri roll stealth? Because any plan that requires Amiri to roll stealth is a good plan.
It's a... You can roll stealth for her if you want, but essentially your initiative has been decided yesterday. But if you would like to roll stealth and to attempt to change it, that's fine too.
I don't think so. I mean, I guess that they have it really, but I don't know if Amiri's part of the plan or not.
Technically,
But I thought we were running Lindsay.
yeah, you are running Lindsay, so okay. She'll pull.
Amiri can watch Haps and make sure that Haps doesn't do anything silly.
Stupid.
Too illegal.
and you know the kobold.
And the kobold.
Oh, it's okay. Suits is gonna be... He'll behave himself, right, Suits?
You can see a tiny little claw pop out of the top of it with a thumbs up.
The thumbs up.
So Amiri's like, this is bullshit. She takes your horses, Haps and Soots, over to the foliage. She is removed from the fight.
Yep. If she needs something, I could see Matheson saying, Amiri, any of them that try to flee, I want you to cut in half and make sure that the others see it. Sound good?
Oh, delightful. Thanks, boss.
You're welcome.
Matheson and Rasheen, you have snuck up. Like, you can see the whites of these fellas' eyes. One guy is just kind of staring out into the tree. This guy is pissing in the river.
Again.
Oh my
There's always a guy
God.
peeing in the river.
I mean, where else do you pee?
He's got a point.
So I will, I guess, do this ambush round.
Yeah, you got a surprise round. Good job.
Let's see if we can get it. I will do 2 attacks and ready a shield. You know how it goes.
This man is caught flat-footed, so that's a -2 to his AC. That is 14. Yeah, stealthily, as this guy is going, he hears the crack as you wrap it around his neck, and he tries to like reach up with an arm too, and you wrap his arms in it, and you pull him forward and snap his neck as he falls to the ground.
just looks over at the tower and just starts waiting.
Rasheen.
Well, Sheen gets to the bus. You just see the blunderbuss, like in a cartoon, slowly merge out of the bush. Then with my blunderbuss just whoop, out of this bush. Bang. Happened.
Bang.
There's a silence around the blunderbuss.
Silence blunderbuss.
Just so that you see the other bandits. What was that? Ah, it wasn't a thunderstone. I'm sure our guys were fine.
Must have been the wind.
Okay. I know it says 7 damage. That's still a gun to a guy that wasn't expecting it. He has 8 hit points. He falls out of the tree.
So what's not listed there is also the spread damage, which is 1, which the target does also take.
Beautiful. Okay.
So
He still falls out of the tree and makes the goofy noise, though.
All of a sudden, like, Matheson feels like a bunch of, like, blood spatter his face. Like,
is it raining?
It's raining man.
With that, you do hear a commotion in the camp as people's like, "What the hell was that?" And I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative for everybody else.
That's fine.
All right, top of the turn order, Marquis. You can see bandits scrambling and moving around up here. I'm just gonna move them so that you can just to communicate that you can see them doing this. Yeah. Based on what you can tell, there's 3 bandits and a lady up there.
She's a lady.
Are you sure?
I think
Yeah, she's a
everything's out
lady.
of my...
Oh, whoa,
Almost
whoa,
positive
she's a
everybody's
lady.
out of my range right now, even if I move all the way up to here.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep, alright. It was 25, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't believe you're one of the fast frost demons, so...
No, I am not.
Okay, yeah.
No, that is fine, because I'm not going to be able to get within range and cast a spell, so I'm just going to come up here and hunker down with Matherson and get ready for next round when things are in range.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, Matheson is a wizard, but his only spell he knows how to use is to cast his sword. Or whip.
His
He casts whip.
Yeah,
I cast Leather Whip!
I cast whip!
I need to get you guys a picture of a goblin flick mace.
You see the lady stand up, pick up her axes, and shout to the 3 men, "Go investigate that noise!" And she points over in this direction as
Oh, good.
people begin walking out. So, oh, it's more like a kendama.
Yeah, trying to utilize that momentum to do it better. Yeah,
I-
it's actually quite interesting.
The,
You know,
the,
if you need to,
the crack, I imagine, is the crack of the lock.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Matherson, you're up.
All right, Madison is going to reach down to find the thunderstone that this one had.
Ooh, okay. Do a quick perception.
All right. So I believe I can use one of my actions to do something like that.
You absolutely can, yeah. I'll say it's a really low DC, like 10.
Ah, well, about that.
Use another action to keep searching.
I will do that. Oh, look, a 16.
You found it.
Fantastic. Then I'll move my 30 feet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, no. Is it still 30?
I was like, do you move
believe
30?
so.
You are fast.
Oh, 25. So, sorry. One less than.
Yeah.
3. So I can chill out here. And I have no idea what this stone does, but with the way that Haps described it, it sounds like throw it if there is trouble at the people. Well, people are coming. So that's my 3 actions, though. So
Alright, I will show you the Thunderstone.
Can you use the Thunderstone to evolve the kobold?
Maybe.
yes, to death.
Alright.
Awesome.
One
Okay.
particular bandit, he's going to gather his stuff, stand up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rasheen.
Well, Sheen is going to quickly move as fast as he can to get into this bush and reload.
Not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are spreading out looking for you. This bandit sees Jack all. Diego, you're up.
All right, let's see here. I can move 25 feet. 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go ahead and do a fancy leap over the river.
Okay. Acrobatics.
19.
Yep. You have your panache now, correct?
Fantastic. And he's like, does a flip and like some spins and some cool looking stuff.
Of course, of course.
And that is one action. And I think everyone is still out of range for my throwing knife.
Mhm.
So, let's see. I will ready my throwing knife in case someone gets into range.
All right, sounds good. Lindsay will probably, again, she's kind of going for bow support. So I'm thinking she'll move here and then fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can go ahead and fire her bow for her.
Got it. There you go. Oh, I guess just when it's not Matheson.
It's not Matheson.
You get an extra D10 on top of that.
Oh, I do. Joy.
She has its deadly D10.
Well, about that.
Well.
Maximum
I
damage.
think she just executed somebody.
Lindsay, Lindsay is cold-blooded, guys. What the hell?
Lindsay's like, I don't know. So people have been asking me if I came back, that if I'm back. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I'm back.
Matheson, did you see it? Did you see it?
So you could either give me your son, or you could die screaming alongside him.
Yeah, she'll do that. She'll hop up and down excitedly. He's like, I
Oh, look. I murdered a man, look. Is this right in his face? He's like, ah, the guy's like, holding the wound, clearly dying.
Does that pierce?
Does that pierce? Yeah, no, that man is very dead. Holy shit.
No, I was thinking pierce. Would that mean it goes through and into the next guy?
Even if it did, that's actually a good point. It's literally double his hit points.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The other guy's technically out of range.
And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the other guy is out of range and the angle, it didn't add up for it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so the arrow flies from Lindsay's bow, strikes this guy in the neck, and he just drops instantly. Like, he doesn't even make a noise. He's just down. The bandit behind him, though, freaks out. He shrieks like a girl.
His friend's blood all over his face.
He's horrified. Marquis, you're up.
Well, there's only one of them now in line of sight. 'Cause I assume this tree blocks line of sight.
Correct, yeah. And
Yeah.
it is a hill,
So-
too, so you have to,
Mhm.
like, the river goes down into, like, a crevasse, and then it goes back up into a hill.
So instead of doing the AoE, we're just gonna telekinetic projectile on the guy who just saw his friend die.
Oh my god. You know what I like even better? I like to imagine it's the arrow in his friend's
Arrow,
neck.
yep. Yep.
Just yoinks right out from the back and then right into his chest.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's out for blood.
You hear a whistle. Like, Cressel will double back and see the scene where this
It's like, nope.
one bandit is like on the ground bloody and the other one has an arrow in his chest. She sees a wizard.
Oh, no. Wizard.
She will charge downwards, barreling through the trees. She's holding twin axes, gunning for Matherson.
What do I roll for throwing a lesser thunderstone at a charging woman?
Make a ranged attack roll.
Oh, then it's just. So I'll just do unarmed then, because that'll just give me my +8
Works for me.
normally. Cool. So I assume that'll miss. What will happen? Because it then contacts a hard surface, and there is one right behind her.
There is.
Oh. Splash damage still hits, even on a miss.
Okay.
So there's that.
So -1. So she'll take that, but I don't think she has to roll for anything unless she got hit.
No, she's within 10 feet of the space in which the stone exploded. So she needs to roll a DC 17 for Fortitude.
Definitely.
Okay, Fortitude.
Yep, she passes that fine. I guess she's so used to hearing these things go off, I guess. He will ready a shield and ready a Gnome Flick Mace when she gets in range. So I assume she's charging me.
She is, yep.
She just had Lindsay throw it.
I mean, I still had a +8.
Yeah, but I mean, your Matheson just had Lindsay throw it.
5. He can see Diego. He sees Cressel running down the hill. He readies his longbow, and he fires at Diego. Finally, I get an attack. It's a short bow, excuse me. That's a nat 1.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
That hit Cressel.
Ooh.
You bumbling nincompoop!
She starts shouting at him, which, like, scares the f*** out of him as she takes an arrow to the back. Moron! You better hope you die here, because if I catch you... She's starting to threaten him now. Well, that bandit's dead. Rasheen, you are up.
Wonderful. I am slowly making myself up the hill through the trees. You know, continuing on that nat 20 stealth roll I made. Don't worry about it.
Perception check.
Awesome. Perception. Do I even see anyone? This is the good question to be asking. 11.
You do not see anyone, but I need to make one as well. Probably not going to mean anything. Yep, definitely does not matter.
I take the moment, I unload my blunderbuss and load one special piece of ammo instead, and end my turn.
Thorn River Bandit. He'll run over here and fire an arrow at Diego.
Please, for the love of God, roll another nat 1.
Right?
That would be the
Nat 1. Oh, good work, Matheson. You really are a wizard.
Right? Diego, almost caught off guard. You can hear someone laugh in the distance. Punk! As his bowstring snaps.
It just breaks.
3, 4, 5. So this man right here, Rasheen, who doesn't appear to have seen you, has just climbed down from the safety of another watchtower and is skulking his way to your friends.
For that, the blind guy on watch. This is Mr. Magoo.
I think he's gonna go this way actually instead. He's gonna try to flank around.
I was gonna joke and be like, the trees are speaking Majin.
That's a good joke. Diego, fate has protected you from 2 different arrows. What do you do?
Yes, I hear fate is a lady, and Diego's good with ladies. Let's see. I think I will move, and I will throw my knife. With panache.
Okay.
17.
Her AC is in fact... Oh, her AC is in fact 15.
Oh, good. She gets 4 damage, right?
4 plus... If you're using panache, what bonus does that apply?
+2.
Okay. You throw the knife and it hits her thigh, and she's like, "Stop putting holes in my..." "Get over here so I can kill you!" she shouts.
So
Sorry.
I will use Intimidate on her and say, like, "Come and get me, you roguish pockmarked mammoth, thou droning ill-natured coxcomb." And then I will roll my Intimidation. 22.
Those are a lot of words I didn't understand.
Intimidate with big words.
There's a lot of feeling behind them.
You veined, red-bolted canket blossom?
Where is
Tottering, ill-natured harpy?
Are you Googling these?
All right. Did my verbal assault work?
Yeah, it absolutely did. I believe there's an intimidated status I can apply to her.
Frightened.
Frightened. Yep, frightened 1.
Okay.
I threw a knife in her.
Basically,
Then
-1 to everything.
Yo.
I threw a knife in her, and then I started to intimidate her with a lot of large language.
It's working. Lindsay, not wanting to fix what ain't broke, will probably just fire 3 more arrows, like right at Kressel.
There's one.
To be fair, that isn't a nat 1.
It's just a regular one.
It is a crit miss, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, the 21 and the 16 both hit. Yeah, she takes 7. At this point, she's like, you know what? I've got an idea. And she runs away. Amiri is not part of the scene. Marquis, you're up.
So she's starting to try and run away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't have that. We're going to cast Gravitational Pull on her.
Oh.
No. You're coming over here. 2-action spell. So
Yep.
we're just pulling her 20 feet closer to me and Matherson.
Which means my held action activates.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Go, wizard, go!
I said I would attack if she got in range.
You did.
Cast whip.
Yes.
Oh, it works. With a crack, the flick mace emerges. You wrap it around her ankles, and then you hear the snapping of bone. And as you pull, she falls prone, and seemingly ceases to move.
Good job, wizard.
Kressel is KO'd and taken off the turn order. Matherson, since that was a held action, your move, man.
Yep, and I have all 3 now. So, let's get to work. And of course, we're going to use one of my actions to prepare the shield, because always good to have 1 good action versus that. Versus 2. So, and yep, that's why I misses. But still have the shield prepped in case.
Mm-hmm. That River Bandit will... He'll draw a dagger and run forward to hit you. 13 hit?
No.
Rasheen.
Once again, just like in a cartoon. Out of the bush. And I start blasting.
Anyway, I started blasting.
That's a hit.
Alright. So, funny thing is, you know how I said I loaded up in a special thing of ammunition?
Mm-hmm.
I put in some electrical ammunition. It basically adds 1 persistent electric damage.
Well,
Not only is he bleeding, he's being tased.
Yep.
with a... This guy flies outward and then, like, shakes like a fish, lands on this log, and then bashes his head and dies.
And then dies.
I think I did a bit of overkill with that.
Shakes like a
Oh,
fish,
well.
lands like a bee.
I shall reload and then move over here, staying inside the cover.
It's working great.
Yeah.
Like I said, the trees are speaking Majin.
This guy, he'll have to move to get line of sight again. He'll fire an arrow at Diego. Does 15 hit you?
How? That's the one who broke his bow.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. He runs.
Also, 15 does not hit me.
I forgot his bowstring snapped. You're right. Nope, he runs. He is straight up not having a good time. I'm gonna remove him from the field. Diego, you're up.
Can I just move across the river normally?
It's considered difficult terrain, which means instead of 5 feet, it'll be 10 feet.
All right, can I just try to see if I can acrobat over it? I guess. 7.
You fall into the river. That is an action. I'm sorry.
Can I climb out of the river onto the other side?
Yeah, but that's athletics.
17.
You managed to make it across. Aha! You stand up. You have 1 action left.
It's like trying to jump over, and then it just flops into the water. And then he quickly drags himself out and goes, ha! Hands on hips. Like he succeeded in the first place.
I meant to do that.
It's all part of my plan.
You do not
And
have
then-
the dash.
Let's see. I will throw a knife in his general direction. That is a 15.
15 hits.
And I do 4 damage.
Cool. Well, you didn't
So-
spend your finisher, right?
Not yet.
Correct. So you still do have panache, so that 4 becomes 6.
6 damage.
If you want, you can use your
Oh,
finisher.
yeah, that's right.
I recommend using your finisher.
Yeah, it's the last guy, so I use the finisher.
Yep.
I might need it later.
I only have 35 of them.
There's only 400 in the game. I think it's 2d6.
2d6.
Let me see.
Yep.
4.
Yep. You throw a knife and it goes straight into his temple, and he falls over and dies. GG.
Another one bites the dust.
Well done. You guys.
I search for tattoos.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna keep him away from the only living person. No, Shoo, go carve the other bandits.
Okay, I'll circle back around for this one.
Hap. He'll shut up for Hap.
I will go ahead and take off Fog of War because there's no need anymore.
Standing off tattoos. This is why you work.
With this problem solved, Amiri and Haps eventually make their way back along with your horses. And so with all of that, what you doing?
First thing is checking for the ring.
Yep.
Hap, you sure you gave her it?
Well, yeah, it was a really romantic evening, and I gave her a ring, and she said she'd think about it. And I asked, like, how hard you going to think about it? And she said, I'll think about it. And I'm like, oh, cool, probably.
All right, Hap, shut up.
I was like, that's cool. That's a yes.
Yeah.
Where does she keep her belongings at the camp?
Well, Cressel didn't exactly tell me where she keeps them, but I'm pretty sure. He's like, I'm pretty sure they're near the camp. Like, up near the fire and stuff.
All right, one moment. And we'll start going over there. Oh, Roshin, make sure she doesn't die. We'll question her directly.
You say that as Rasheen just suddenly appears out of the bush. But of course, my lord.
I actually do like that. That's actually kind of badass. Yeah.
Matheson doesn't even need to worry about it. He just says it. Not that he knew exactly where he was, but it's just the butler's always near.
I like that. Ooh, that is not a good medicine.
Lindsay, I need your assistance.
Yes, sir.
No. Diego is well versed in the arts of medicine. Let me try.
Diego? No. Nope. Go away. No. No.
Just points the gun at Diego's chest going, no.
The cartoon gun noise.
Of course, Diego has
Diego,
no training in medicine whatsoever. But
Diego, I believe I saw another bandit in that tree over there. Why don't you go and collect him for us?
I saw a wild tattoo somewhere. Where?
Where? Tattoo.
There we go.
All right, Diego. All of the common bandits each have one tattoo, so your time is occupied, I guess. Cressel, however, does. I believe her artwork straight up has a tattoo on her face. Is that right?
Oh, good.
No, it doesn't. I see no tattoos.
Oh, good.
No way, it doesn't.
Roshin immediately applies mud to the face.
Right, yeah. You'll thank me for this later.
She is at the moment at dying 2. Lindsay will assist you.
Alright, I'll be sure to be using battle medicine for this. Just so that we...
You get a +1 circumstance.
Yay! 20.
Ah, good. She is now at wounded 2. Or, wait. Excuse me, she's at dying 1. Is that right?
Yeah, let's see.
This summer, wounded 2.
Again, it's been a minute.
I believe the way it works is if she recovers, she decreases her dying, eventually hits 0 HP with no issue. But if you're healed back to positive, I think you're... Oh, wait, nope. He says dying 1. Yeah, never mind.
Even if I'm using battle medicine?
Does that recover HP directly?
No.
Yeah, it's a treat wounds effect.
Okay, yeah, so she would be at wounded 2 then, I think. Okay, yeah, so she's at wounded 2, so I'm going to put there.
Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, hence the reason why I took battle medicine, so I can actually heal hit points instead of just lowering it by a bit.
You managed to remove, like, all the new punctures that she's gotten over the course of this fight. And you bind up her legs so that it doesn't get infected. All in all, she'll live. Wake up with a wicked headache, though. Haps does look fairly happy at this news as you guys start investigating the camp. All right, Matherson, you head on over. It is not terribly difficult to find the stuff. In fact, yeah, just that. You start flipping over various supplies, and they have small loot crates everywhere.
Oh, not even advertised, eh?
Non-sponsored, unfortunately.
Well, their loss. As he'll just start going through them all. Although he'll call Marquis over to start cataloging.
Absolutely.
Marquis, you and Matherson find between you 9 gold pieces, a small chest of 121 silver pieces, a small pair of earrings. Marquis, you suspect they're worth about 15. You find a wooden music box that still plays fairly lovely music. And there are large crates full of furs and pelts. Marquis, you suspect each one is worth about 5 gold pieces. And one that was fairly well hidden that you managed to find was a small crate full of dusty liquor bottles.
I guess they were holding out on him.
Mm.
Sorry, you were saying?
Each one, actually, Matherson, you are actually familiar with this one. You're a classy guy, and you know each of these bottles is worth about 2 gold pieces each.
They're holding out some pretty expensive stuff on the Stag Lord. Well, good to know. Either way, we might enjoy a bottle tonight. Although we still have more to go on. Monkey, I don't think... Well, no, I guess we could strap it to the horses. It'd be fine.
Oh, not just that. There's a wagon down the way by the river.
Oh, that's good.
Approaching, Haps will be, oi, you might want to be careful around that wagon. There's an ambushing wagon. It's trapped.
You have it.
Yes. What is that?
I have yet to find, though, the ring.
Have you checked her butt?
What?
Not recently. I mean, you mean for the ring?
Not within the last 12 hours.
Not within the last 12 hours.
You see, I'm bounty hunter for several years, and so sometimes I work with the authorities in some cities, and they often do cavity searches on some banditos I bring in.
He's got a point.
You'd be surprised what you might find in a bandito's bum.
No.
No.
I may have done some things in my past, but that is one I've thankfully had to avoid.
All right, no problem. And Diego cracked his fingers. Diego will do it. I have done this countless times.
No, I got it. Anything for you, Chief. Anything for you, Chief. No, I swear. Like he gets caught on the rope and like Pratt falls.
I assume amongst all the bandits and Cressel, we find 6 more of the Stag Lord amulets.
Yes. Each one's holding a Stag Lord amulet, leather armor, a dagger, and short bow. And you find 12 sets of rations. This was a very well-stocked camp.
Alright, wake her up. We need to find that before we move on. Cooperation in the matter, of course, Haps, would be great if you could persuade. Although, having to drag one less person on a horse wouldn't be... It could be a terrible benefit, to not have to.
Well, I think, me and Cressel, we're really tight. I think she'll listen to me.
Crystal's really tight. I mean, we're really tight.
I have the utmost confidence in you, Haps.
Oh, I will mention, you loot Cressel. She has got 2 hatchets. She has got a lesser healing potion and 8 gold pieces. You know what, let's just make it a simple 9 gold pieces on her.
And does she have any armor? Not that we're stripping her right now, but just
She has
reference.
leather armor, yep.
Another, okay.
Well, you could take the armor. You never know.
Funny story, actually. I once found an entire hatchet up a bandit's butt.
Diego.
Was that because it was lodged there?
No, it was inside, all the way up to his colon. It was rather impressive, actually.
Was that bandit even alive anymore?
It was mostly dead.
I have no questions anymore for that.
Nope.
Lindsay's like, okay, boss wants her woken up.
Yes, I just cup some water from the river and just splash her with it.
The lady wakes up. She's as she is bound. She begins like cursing at you guys in common.
I just poke her with the blunderbuss. Please stay calm.
She looks up at you all, breathing fairly heavily, basically going through an adrenaline rush.
Breathe. You don't want to bleed out or anything of the sort. At least, well, we have to have a conversation first. I've been told by Haps over there that you have been given a ring in some ill-suited attempt at a suitor. Yes?
She like arches her neck and back in such a way that she's looking through you up the hill at Haps, who's embarrassingly like got his hands bowed and being held by Amiri. And she's like, "You piece of shit." She starts screaming at him, calling him a tiny dick and all this like really nasty stuff.
Oh no.
Ma'am, you have to understand, we killed off his other 7 companions. So, he kind of did the smart thing here to make sure that he survived. I'm hoping that you're of the same level of intelligence.
She looks up with you with like, if looks could kill. She looks no less angry, but she is breathing slightly easier. She's like, and what do you want?
Ring, please. We already have information on the last camp, so I don't need you alive for that.
I traded it to these little gremlin things nearby. Got us.
Oh, 2 holes on the back, a little scaly?
Amiri just dumps suits on the ground. No.
Not like him. No, okay.
They're small and white and kind of gross looking. They live by the sycamore tree.
Ah, Redditors.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds accurate.
Okay.
You can
Sycamore
actually.
tree. You know what that is?
I will let you do a nature check. Haps has no clue. If anything, he's completely heartbroken because she traded the ring for booze.
Not even good booze.
Marquis. I just love the idea of this. Every time, like, Matt doesn't need something, he just whispers out, and Machine kind of comes over, like, probably past his left shoulder to go handle it. Anytime he has a question on somebody needs something, Marquis just whispers in his right ear.
Based on what you're hearing and your knowledge of the stolen lands, you think it might be a mitflit. It's a small fey gremlin. And if it's by a giant tree, it's probably a shitload of them living inside of an old sycamore tree.
Wonderful. So a small fey gremlin, which usually means some sort of trickster. Potentially like an entire pack. Wonderful.
They had some good shit though. Traded us about 10 bottles of some kind of port. I don't know.
Oh yes, no, don't worry, we're taking that with us. Thank you for the donation.
She just kind of spits at you, completely whiffing.
Haps, how do you feel at this moment? Still heartbroken?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you want to feel better?
Wait, what?
Get a bit of revenge?
Oh,
We don't need her alive at this point.
no, sir, my
Oh.
lord, he's, why don't we, why don't we keep her as a slave? She's pretty.
Cressel, are you
That's illegal.
okay?
You get 5 to 10.
Stolen lands, Diego. When we get back to civilization, then you can say that.
Legal lore coming to play.
Cressel, I believe that I don't think you'll be a very good girl, now will you?
She smiles and says, "What, for you?" Well,
Huh.
she looks at you up and down and says, "Actually."
No. I don't think we need another map to feed currently. Whoever would like to, just deal with it. Haps, come with me. You were saying that the other camp is which way? And he'll take the rope himself and lead Haps away.
But, oh wow, this is dark. But yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
no, all he said was handle it. They can handle it however they like. Matheson does not care what happens to this person at this point.
Camera zooms out, we hear, and then birds fly.
And then it just pans away to Marquis walking away carrying leather armor and Diego walking away with a new tattoo.
Like, I guess half a face.
Wow.
Even Matheson hears the gunshot and goes, "Oh, their choice, I guess."
Like Diego's like skins half her face to get the tattoo, it's spinning it around the finger to the eye hole.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Haps drops to his knees. He is like,
No!
yeah, he is like, oh god, he just falls to the ground and begins openly weeping. I'm
It
sorry.
would be kind of funny if Haps
no,
took
no.
the bullet, like he dove in front of her.
Oh my god. Matheson will look at him and just go, "Haps. Not worth your time."
Don't
And you
worry,
could
there are
fix
others
that.
seeing the fish.
He just sits there. I'm sorry. He's broken for the day.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, he can't
Yeah.
can't even move.
Ah.
That is the
Well,
coldest
you know,
thing I've seen in a long time. Holy shit.
even
Our
Lindsay's probably
heroes,
like,
everybody.
"What the?"
Wow. My god. I mean, like, yeah, like it's absolutely, you know, what people deserve, but damn, that's some cold ass shit. Wow.
To be fair,
Lindsay's like
carry Haps.
just writing it down in the book with like a sad face, like, "Oh my god."
Lindsay,
To be
I also say with Lindsay, I think she'd just chronicle it as tough but fair, because honestly, yeah, no, this is kind of, yeah.
To be fair, that's how Washington interpreted what all of Matheson's son was saying. Doesn't need another mouthpiece. Obviously, we don't need a slave, and the person doesn't love Hap. So,
All the problems are solved.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. One of the potential
Slavery's
solutions.
illegal, so we just killed her.
Slavery's illegal.
Oh my god. Diego, did the idea of letting her go ever? No, she's a criminal.
Well, I didn't make the choice. I just stood there and said those things were illegal.
Wait,
I didn't
that's
shoot her.
illegal. All right,
Like I didn't shoot her. I don't have a gun.
fair enough.
I-
All right.
Amiri,
Actually, I
please
do have a
carry
gun.
Haps. We have to keep moving. Tie the new items to the horses and let's continue on.
All right.
Shall we-
Rasheen. Yeah, he'll just gotta lean over and go, "Rasheen, you know there are other ways to handle that."
You said to take care of it, though.
Yes. I trust your judgment, of course, but you know.
Oh, did I misinterpret your words?
No. No, you did exactly as I said. You took care of it. But do know there are other potential futures.
Okay, so
I'll let you use your imagination, so I know you are very well suited and very well traveled.
But of course, my lord, I'll make sure to not do some of the previous lords' meaning of take care of it and Start using creativity instead.
Well, you see, if we're going to be making a kingdom, it's always good to make sure that there are some likable traits and stories that go around. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, of course, my lord.
Now, I do think it was fair in this instance. Either she would have gone to the camp or tried to come back after us or something like that. Either way, we would have had to kill her at some point. That or the force would have taken care of her anyways.
Indeed, my lord. Shall we move on?
Of course, thank you.
All right. You still have plenty of daylight left in the day. You could either explore a new area or you could head back to Olegs.
Oh, by the way, Diego is showing off the bag of sliced off tattoos to Miri.
Habs is right next
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I know that there are some definite criminals in our group. But then there's the psychopath.
But collecting tattoos from bandits is not illegal. Diego would know.
Diego would know. Holy shit. All right, so that was your first activity for the day. So what would you like to do? Would you like to return to Olegs, or would you like to try to find an old sycamore?
Oh, we can actually... Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. We can do that.
Let's see about finding that sycamore.
All right, so you'll need a nature check to try to determine where the sycamore is.
That's fine if one of us will handle it.
Finally failed one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you've been on a roll with knowledge checks. Hey, maybe Amiri and Diego can find.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Have the tables flipped.
I rolled a 5, and then
I know, I just like
Amiri.
the eagerness that he goes to it, you know.
Yeah.
It's how I get paid.
All right, what's
Miri rolled a
Okay, well.
10.
Yeah, to your knowledge, like there's a lot of trees. I don't know much about arborealism, and apparently neither do you, so I don't need to answer anything about an old sycamore. So, regrettably, you're not quite sure where that thing is.
All right. Oh, Monkey, would you mind slashing off one of those bottles off our inventory? I think Haps will need a pick-me-up. Or put him out or something like that, I don't know.
I'm going to start check-marking the ones that you fully explored.
Okay.
Oh, sounds good.
There you go.
Then I think we are still headed towards the Stag Lord, correct?
Correct. The Stag Lord's fortress, Haps has already told you that it is very far south near a lake at the Tuskwater. So, at this point, he's pretty much unresponsive if you try to ask him. All he's told you is really far south near the lake.
Alright, well, so we can either head towards that, or we can go back for supplies. Well, what do you all think?
May behoove
Also-
us to go back
no-
to Olegs, resupply, and see if we can't get Haps back in working order before we go back out to try and find where the actual fort is.
Well, we'll let him drink away his memories here. We'll grab some radishes on the way back. Sound good?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You travel back, you find where the Moonradish Grove is, and this will be your second activity for today, so you will either need to force march your way back to Olegs, or stop for the night.
To not scare any of them in the middle of the night, we should probably just sleep.
Mm.
Right on. If you want, because you've already critically succeeded in setting up a camp in this area, I'm actually going to put 2 check marks as a critical success. You find your old campground, so you don't need to set up anymore. So,
Oh.
yeah,
Nice.
that is the benefit of critically succeeding a thing.
Ah. So you can just prepare areas.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Neat.
You find your old stomping ground, so you do need to re-camouflage if you are going to camouflage. But establishing your campsite, perfectly good. You don't need to do that anymore.
It's not a critical success, and it's only a 21 because I assume Lindsay is doing her thing.
Lindsay is doing her thing. She is definitely most useful at that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So not
I
another
will-
critical success.
I will organize watch again. Nope. Wow.
Actually,
There's all my bad rolls.
that's technically a 9. And from what I can tell, it does not make anything easier.
How would you like your radishes today, sir?
Preferably a little less crunchy than last time.
I'll try my best. How
Longer
much-
stew.
Let's find out.
Appreciate it.
Alright, here's what I can let you do. I can let Rasheen attempt to discover a special meal with if you instead want to use that instead of cook basic meal.
Okay. Let's take this gamble. What are I rolling?
I'm letting you keep that nat 20.
Fair.
You have learned to make moon radish stew.
Moon radish stew.
Oh, you mean the one that...
Svetlana will be making for you later, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's going to take your whole evening discovering that, and fortunately, you do save the moon radishes. I believe the two chuckle can hunt and gather moon radishes if you like.
Who might those be?
Take a guess.
Well, we have Chuckle here, and Mira, and we have Diego.
Hey, Stuart.
Yeah.
With me coming up with this new recipe, my lord, does the removing of the stupefy actually snap out our friend from his stupor?
Oh, is it like
Gets
does it-
that
does it
Ratatouille
cure-
flashback.
Cure Hap's depression? Is that what
Yes!
Makes him high.
You know what?
No. It's like that Ratatouille flashback of the critic to his childhood or something like that.
Yep.
Okay, he will take it. He will eat it.
He will like it.
Okay, so in any realistic sense, he's not going to perk up, but he will quietly, under his breath, thank you for the food, and just, like, he essentially stops crying. That's as best as I can offer, but yeah.
Yep. We have signs of life. There's hope.
I could imagine that it was like Diego who hands him the meal. He's like, "Here you go, Haps. I hope this delicious meal helps you forget the death of Cressel, the brutal death of Cressel, and forget all your woes."
Diego, stop.
All right.
Meanwhile, Maria's gonna let Spitz out of the bag and give him a bowl.
Yeah, if this does not help, here, and he just sets the bottle in front of him. Enjoy. All yours. No need to share.
He will, after taking a few bites of the soup, he will pop open the bottle and begin downing it.
It's been many months. Go slow. You're probably a lightweight at this point.
He just nods quietly. Oh my god. Fair enough then. I will need nature checks from both Amiri and
Chuckle and
yeah, from
Like-
Chuckle and
Both of you.
she
Mary's
gathers
just having a good day.
she finds like one good moon radish and she's like, yeah, dude, you are way better at finding moon radishes than I am.
You said triceps, right? Triceps?
It's on the triceps.
I keep using abs. I'm sorry. I can't do any other exercises.
Like, can I use survival instead
uh,
of nature?
yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Alright, so I rolled 20 in survival.
You gain 1d4 moon radishes.
3. Interesting.
All right, cool. We're gonna subtract 1 for discovering the moon radish stew recipe. And instead tonight, again, because discovering the recipe only makes 1 serving, and since you're giving it to Haps, you'll just eat your rations.
Mhm.
You guys rest for the evening, go through the night.
Did we hear Haps crying all night?
No, he stopped, remember?
Oh, he stopped.
He-
Oh, he's probably passed out.
Yeah, he's absolutely snoring it out. The night passes without much issue. You pack up your stuff and head to Let's get you back at Olegs. Are you just going to resupply, or...
That's probably the first thing I'm going to do is speak with Oleg going, turn in the radishes and such.
Mhm.
But also ask Oleg if he knows of an old sycamore tree.
Ooh, good point. You guys return to camp. Valerie is, of course, like standing like a paladin, like just right at the gate's doors.
None shall pass.
You head on over. Oleg is just counting inventory while Svetlana prepares lunch. Oh, your traditional meal. There we go. I found Oleg. I found him.
So have I. Greetings.
Hello.
I'm curious.
Oh.
First off, we have brought back some moon radishes, some, more of the Stag Lord's necklaces, and are you familiar with an old sycamore tree with a bunch of small creatures within it? We were trying to locate it because we believe your rings.
Oh, is it sycamore tree? Well, let me roll my own knowledge of nature. I don't think he has any. He does not. He's like, well, I do know of a sycamore. It is right over there. And I know of birch trees, ash trees, weirdly enough, ash trees that have been burnt down and turned to ash. I know. He knows. He starts listing trees that he's heard of.
So, okay, but not one that was infested with. Marquis, what was it? What were they called again?
Mitflits.
Yes.
I don't know what a midflit is, but based on the description you told him, he's like, I heard there's gremlins. I know of some gremlins that are in the green belt. I would recommend he will look at your map, and he suggests searching in this area. There you go.
Oh, so it's not even in the forest. Interesting. Okay.
The green belt stretches from the forest down to the Tuskwater.
And which one of these is the Tuskwater? I see two large lakes to the south.
The first one, right there. He points right here.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, apparently that's where the Stag Lord is. We'll be visiting there eventually.
But the other bandits, did you bring back proof of their demise?
Oh, yes. Diogo walks over to Oleg and then dumps out all of the tattoos from his bag.
Oh, what a joyous day! I will pay you for each of these. We will put them up as decoration.
Very good.
All right.
A good
addition
tattoo
to the
skinning
amulet?
should be on full display. Properly.
See, I like cut of jib. Very well done.
He's just gonna lean in next to Matherson. They did say there was a bounty on the amulets at the other town. We could just stop there at some point to drop them.
That's fine too. Well, double the bounty, double the fun. But,
Exactly.
Oh, no, I can. If you give them to me, I actually have quest board. It is the official quest board from Sword the Lords. In fact, while you were gone, we had a visitor. Some little goblin bloke. Very weird.
Was he loud and boisterous?
Which goblin isn't?
Did he have a strange visor on his face?
These visor. He had goggles of some kind.
Yes.
Oh, .com. Okay.
Yes, pet.
Yes. Did he leave anything?
Yes, he left quests for a notification board. He also took supplies with his friends, and he asked about how you were doing. I told them that you defended the base, and I then asked, "Are you reinforcements?" He goes, "No." I said, he says something. He curses in Melovian. And the little goblin knew what I said, which was weird. He then cursed at me in Goblin. It was a very weird conversation.
Okay. Well, to be fair, no, we are the ones tasked to handle this particular issue, but, 2 bandit camps down, 1 to go.
I did tell them you started handling bandits. He seemed very excited, and he mentioned going back home. He had a message for you.
Yes.
Keep it up.
Huh.
Your future is looking bright. Very bright. And he had message for Pink Man back there. You with gun. Okay, I guess man with gun doesn't want to talk right now.
He blue screened. He's going with the trauma about shooting a person in the face.
He had message. Yeah, he had message for Pink Man with gun.
But we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll check the notification board and see what he placed.
I think he's AFK.
I love talking with Oleg like this with the silly ass voice.
Away from consciousness.
He is in own world.
Spelled with a C. I like K.
He's performing a traditional Malavian ritual of being AFK.
Of just checking out of reality. I respect that.
I respect this.
Reality can sometimes be.
Okay, there are 3 wanted posters on the board now, and the rewards are set out by Queen Aldori herself, and there's actually one there scribbled in like what looks like gobbledygook, and you're pretty sure this is from .com himself.
Oh, that's amazing. I thought he never liked to write anything down.
I know, he wrote something down.
Well, like I said, it is gobbledygook, and it's going to require like a type of check to translate it.
Mucky.
Yep. Society is what you use for decipher writing. And I have Goblin the language, so if he wrote it in Goblin... Well, he couldn't write it in Goblin. That doesn't exist.
It does not.
But, let's see...
So, he's drawn a comic for you.
A creative way to get around it.
Yep.
He's drawn a bunch of pictures, and there's a picture of what looks like a temple, and there is a stag's head next to it. This temple has an arrow pointing to a forest. Next to it, there's a drawing of a box. And based on what you could tell, there's a temple in the forest he wants you to explore and bring him back the treasures inside.
Ah, very clever. If we find the temple, we'll find an arrow that can lead us to the forest. Brilliant.
Yes, that's how it always works, doesn't it? That is
very clever goblin.
Which forest this is?
Well, nothing specifies. However, it is a stag head, so presumably it's in the same forest as the stag lord.
I will actually let you do religion checks on this.
Oh, there's a religion for this. Okay. 17.
You suspect that that stag's head might be a symbol of Aristil, who is basically the forest god.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the 3 wanted posters signed by Lady Aldori says wanted kobolds, wanted tusk-gutter, and wanted bandits.
All right. Well, we're dealing with the bandits already. I assume it's the same bandit. He'll look over and go, "Wait, are these the same ones?"
Yes, it says the bandits need to be shown that their actions will not be tolerated. Kill or capture enough bandits to send a message to their leaders. You need to defeat 6 or more bandits by either killing them with proof of death or bring them over for capture.
And then Diego says, "You're welcome, everyone."
Matheson looks over at Oleg and goes, "So we have, what was it, 6? Was it 6?
It was
Mucky?"
I am sorry to report that the bandits that you killed here already do not count towards that poster.
No,
Fine,
we're talking about the ones we just
while
murdered.
While out.
Yes.
But
6 a good start.
I took her tattoos. They're kind of mixed in with the others.
Yes, they're also in the pit in the back, apparently. Unless you jump down to grab all of those.
Yeah, Diego definitely jumped in to grab all those.
Oh, God.
I think you actually did kill 6 bandits at that camp.
We did.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why we're looking at it going, well, 6, you say.
Yep.
Is it-
That's what happens.
okay,
I have
but-
6 amulets right here.
Oleg points out, that is a repeatable quest. For every 6 bandits you prove the death of, she will supply you with 30 gold pieces.
All right. The next question I have is, why are the kobolds being hunted? Hey, he'll
Because
actually
they're
look at the information for it.
It says the suit scale kobolds dwell in a cave somewhere near the hills of the Green Belt. They're normally not a problem, but they've been riled up by something lately. Find the suit scale layer and ensure that kobolds aren't going to be a threat.
Also, I didn't show Oleg the kobold tattoo that I have, and I show him this and says, "Does this count for anything?"
Hey, bringing back death of one kobold. That's clearly kobold's flesh. Good job. It's not really a solution to a bigger kobold problem.
And I will bring back more tattoos.
The goblin man that came by said either slay them all or forge a peace treaty. Though I don't recommend peace treaty.
Why is that?
Have you encountered many kobolds?
Matheson will just call out, shoot!
Yep.
Ah! Good. Shaky blicky. Shaky blicky.
Oh, don't worry, he's worshipping Marquis.
He crawls on over and starts like kissing your feet. Mighty dragon.
So, yes, oh look, as you see, I think I have a plan to deal with that peace treaty.
I see. Okay.
More help is always useful, is it not?
I'm not into that kind of thing, but heck, to each his own. I mean,
I trust your judgment. At this point, you have been making things happen that could never happen before. I will allow this.
It's good to know that we've been being productive. So, do you have any scraps of meat, by the way? That's what he eats. That and radishes. But you needed radishes in the first place, so.
I have pork, beef, and dried chicken in store. I get something for him. Does he... Svetlana points out, does he eat bone radish stew?
He does indeed
think?
eat moon radish stew.
Oh, love moon radish. Moon radish, delicacy to kobolds.
He says he loves it.
Oh, duh. He stay for dinner.
Diego's still thinking he knows Draconic. He says he hates it. At the same time, as you say, he loves it. He hates it.
That's nice, dear.
Oh, good. She
Matheson just
she's
smiles, looks over at
learned.
Svetlana and goes, "You're catching on quick." I think we're going to have a wonderful time here.
Diego speaks perfect Draconic.
Mm-hmm. So, and the third banner you said, bandits, kobolds, and what was the last?
Oh, Tuskater, real bastard. He's a wild boar that has been terrorizing countryside.
Amiri, check this out.
Amiri, like, just parks Haps on the bench and then heads over to...
Sets him on the bench.
She just, like, picks him up and sits him down. Oh, she looks at the poster of the exceptionally tough-looking boar. Every Greenbelt hunter has a story about Tuskater, the nastiest boar in the Greenbelt. Whoever manages to kill the ill-tempered beast will earn a nice reward from the retired hunter Vekel Benzen, who lost his leg to the monster pig a year ago. Completion: deliver Tuskater's head to Oleg so Vekel can spit on the dirty pig's eye.
This pig must be brought to justice. Also, I bet I can defeat him before you can, Amiri.
Watch me as she snatches the poster and, like, runs off. Like,
Amiri,
You're on.
you'd like your pay, yes?
oh, yes, Chief! As she runs back.
Good. We will deal with the boar in due time. We have other things and pressing matters to deal with first. The
Okay,
boar will still go around, maiming as it will, you know.
excellent. So,
I think the other Amiri like huffs away in protest, and then huffs back in protest to get the money.
as a reward for the radish stew, Svetlana makes everyone it for the night. And on top of that, she was going to teach you the recipe. However, considering Rasheen had already discovered it herself, she will actually give Rasheen tips.
I imagine I'm pretending not to know, just to make it more like she is teaching him.
Oh, that's actually very sweet. You know what? Rasheen knows how to keep people happy.
It's almost like I've been doing it for... Oh lord, how old am I?
Oh, ancient at this point.
I like to imagine that's actually like a question that comes up every now and then. Is just, how old are you?
So here's the way it works. I'll make up the recipe later, and I'll add it to your recipe book. But essentially, it would normally take 3 simple ingredients and 2 special ingredients per serving. But between the two of you, she teaches you traditional Melovian method. And it only requires 1 special ingredient per serving now.
It does, however, require a bottle of vodka.
That was the other ingredient.
Yes.
Yeah, Oleg likes it with the vodka, but really any booze will do. And it will save, and you can use leftovers to supply further recipes. Very, very traditional, very Melovian. Honestly, this might be my best female voice.
Why, how wonderful. Honestly, I can see why he stays here. You have such delightful cooking.
She gives that housewife, like, oh, you sort of thing. Like not blushing or anything, just like she finds
like I'm giving him second helping of stew tonight.
Second helping for you, dear. You also get 15 gold pieces for bringing all the moon radishes and for showing Oleg and Svetlana where to find more.
You're welcome. Again.
Moon radish stew. All right, show to players. Here you go. So this is the alchemical version, and then I'll draft up a food version for you later.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. If you solve the kobold problem, that is worth 40 gold pieces. If you bring in Tusk Gutter, you get a magic longbow and 3 beacon shot arrows if you kill and bring in Tusk Gutter. He also will create cheese out of his head in order to supply you guys with special ingredients.
Oh yes, boar's head cheese.
This is what it says.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, based on we've taken out what 2 of their henchmen so far for the Stag Lord.
Yes, we've dealt with 2 named people so far.
Oh, I assume the others had names too. Don't be too unkind. But I have a feeling that we can handle that one without that much of an issue. But it's going to be a longer trip. We'll need rations. Oleg, I assume when supplies were brought that there was extra increases in rations we might be able to utilize?
Oi. I made big purchase and big sale when Goblin Man arrived. He bought many supplies. In here, he has gone back and he has got pretty much all the rations you'll ever need to buy.
Fantastic. Marquis, would you mind taking a look at the map? Can you plan out with our inventory what we'll need?
Absolutely. Here's my question to you, Matheson. Are we searching hexes as we go, or are we just beelining it for the Stag Lord and just maybe taking a day to try and find the Sycamore while we go through there?
I think there are 3 of these that we should search on our way fully, and then finish there.
There's suits. Controlled by anybody? Cool. There he is. Now, Oleg will actually point out, well, as much as, killing Stag Lord is important, I mean, they might be too cowardly to come get us. Here's the thing, this is unfortunately the problem with Kingmaker. Kingmaker is designed for you to handle the Stag Lord last. If you go, I'm just going to tell you, if you go there now, you are going to get bushwhacked.
Got it. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Sorry. With every other instance of the Stag Lord's minions, it's been a heavily one-sided just beat down.
I understand.
Which is I'm looking at it going, okay, is the Stag Lord supposed to be like the first boss or something? But now it sounds like no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I will say that just because I'm sure there's a way to roleplay this, but I don't have the energy to figure it out. But Oleg, the only hint that you have is Oleg will say, "Oh, he's too cowardly to come here now."
Okay.
And that's really stupid.
Okay, no, it's fine. We can deal with that.
This is just me being frustrated with the module because even in the update, there is no good RP explanation as to why you should handle him last. Because
in the actual like way that this probably should be done is it should be that he probably intercepts you on the way to Oleg just to show how much of a badass he is, get your ass kicked, leaves you to be like, leave the stolen lands, this land will be mine.
Yeah.
And then you arrive at Oleg's to rest and recover your wounds before the tax collectors come.
That should be how it's done, but it
I
also
know.
runs the risk of TPKing a party.
Oh no, I mean it's one of these things of you just make sure that he's doing it non-lethally. You know that whole idea.
Yeah, of course. Like
He'll be a magnanimous king.
He's so
you know.
badass that yeah.
But you know, it's a way to rewrite it in the future in case anybody ever wants to try that out.
Yep. So green check marks means you've established a campsite. Red check marks means you've explored the area.
Okay, so the kobolds are over in these mountains, at least from the way they made it sound. Is that incorrect?
Apparently they're still in the green belt.
Oh, it's just a hole in the ground?
It's in this area.
Like a tunnel system, okay, or something like that. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Not over by the mountains. Interesting. Okay, no, that's fine.
So the
Oh, wait, Sue could tell us.
It can tell us, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Suits take you back to see Chief. Chief, very strong kobold. Be dragon one day. Very smart.
Is it Mercutio?
Who?
Is it Mark? Is the Cobalt Chief Mercutio? No, was it his name? Tartuccio.
I was like, Mercutio, like from Romeo and Juliet, Suit says? The classic
Yeah, he knows what it is.
The classic Shakespeare.
Kobold
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
We have many bards come through. They give us stories in return for their life. We still eat them.
Shakespeare sounds better in the original Kobold.
I like that a lot. We call him Shake Stick.
Shakespeare.
Matheson will put a hand on Marquis' shoulder and goes, Marquis, how do you feel about becoming a god?
I feel like I'd be doing my father proud.
Narcissist, I see. Fantastic!
Believe I'm
I
stepping
think
down.
We will get you a cult of kobolds. I think that'll work out for best.
Will Scary Ice Dragon be new Cobalt Chief?
Yes, but he will have to leave someone in charge. Are you strong enough, Suit?
Oh no, Suit very weak.
Well then. We may need to find another kobold. You sure?
Roll diplomacy.
That would be funny. He's just like, no, but I will take you to strong one.
I like your words, fiery man. Even though I can't understand them, he's like prattling on and dragging.
A very good wizard.
I can't do spot translate till level 4. I'm sorry, Matherson.
Is that really a thing? Like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I built Marquis, so at level 4, I can basically just translate for Matherson if I know the language, and all of Matherson's effects go through.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Marquis is going to be one of the translators and such. You know, how many languages do you know at this point?
Oh god, at this point, I know Common, Arcosian, Iruxi, Goblin, Draconic, Undercommon, Orcish, Isaki, Necril, and Abyssal.
Wow.
Yeah, I can only speak to angels and others of my kind, as well as common, but you know how that goes. Okay,
Yes,
so we'll have that as a task.
As Soots goes, like, Chief, strong, yada yada yada, Sarah's just gonna say, oh, I thought I heard you and your compatriots saying you weren't a big fan of the chief.
Oh, you heard that?
I did.
It's a very bad thing to say, especially to strangers. But if you already heard that, as they say, lizards out of the fire.
I think
Or
it's
something.
salamander out of the fire, but continue.
New chief come in. Weird chief. Use weird magics. take over, kill old chief.
And you met most of the other kobolds dislike this new chief?
If kobold want to live, no talk bad about chief.
Of course. But there's a new chief.
Who? Is it you?
It's me.
Whoa!
His little tiny kobold mind is blown. Wow!
We have dragon for chief. So much better.
Does that mean the old chief allowed people to like talk bad about him without punishment? Did the old kobold chief have freedom of speech?
You never talk bad about chief. Chief is mighty dragon.
Exactly, Suits. And as a dragon, I need to go collect my territory.
Oh, you are saying all the right words. He's like a total awe.
Excellent. So it begins.
Is it you? It's me. Whoa!
It totally reminds me of that. Who's a good boy? I don't know. That's a big quandary. You're a good boy. Oh my god!
That's really good. Suits take you back. We introduce new dragon to other kobolds, and then then chief will have to fight you.
Exactly. And when he loses, well, all that we see will be ours.
Okay, Suits join you. Suits carry backpack. Suits cook food. Suits set up camp. Suit does all big work.
Oh, now, you're only one kobold. You can't do everything, but you can certainly help.
Yay! And then his stomach gurgles, and he goes to sit down next to Diego.
I mean, we switched to Diego, and Diego's like actually been translating what Suits has said to Amiri, but it's all completely wrong.
Wrong. She's got like her hand like on her chin, like thinking as hard as she can.
He's like, you see, Suits just became the master.
But I'm trying to figure out, why would he abandon his wife? I thought they were happy together.
Okay.
Here's the big question.
Meanwhile, while you two are like unraveling this plot,
It's the extra thick plot.
is there anything else you guys would like to do here before going? Have you sold all the equipment and stuff? So anything you want to sell to Oleg, you sell at half price, half of what it's worth.
Okay.
Turning in the bandit pendants or essentially the tattoos is proof enough of the reward. Oleg will buy off the bandit pendants from you, no problem. But thanks to Diego, you're basically just making extra money on the side.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
What else can I say but you're welcome?
Oh dear lord. So let's see.
So, I believe the plan is, at this point, we will go install a new god for the kobolds, see if we can find that tree to get, and then he'll look over at Oleg, who I think was trying to say to keep it a little quiet, a trinket back. And then we will move on to potentially taking on a boar, and then we'll take on, well, I don't think we can take on a worm just yet, right?
Tetzelworm is impressive foe, but I've seen you do impressive things.
All right, and we will keep that in mind, as well as move on towards preparing for the eventual assault on the Stagwood Fortress. And of course, if anything else, and he'll kind of like reach back and just tap the board, comes in, of course, we will see what we can do. Oleg, while we're out and about, is there anything else that we might be able to do to make this place a little more safe? So no more tax collectors come on by?
Well, you leave beautiful paladin, beautiful knight with us, and she guards the door ferociously, and he pauses, priest, Your holy man brings us, at the very least, blessings, I believe. I suppose any additional men that could watch camp, always good. Otherwise, no, Oleg is quite happy.
Haps.
He is sitting, staring at the fire. At his name being called, he stirs and looks in your direction.
I assume you have no interest of working with Staglord anymore, yes?
He shakes his head.
Would you... Well, what do you see yourself in a month?
He kind of shrugs.
No particular plans from here on out?
Shakes his head.
Looking for something to do, at least to pass the time? Get some coin?
He'll shrug.
Need some kind of definitive answer here, Haps. You've got quite a questionable future here.
He looks up as the rest of the camp, like, essentially start, looking at him. He goes, "Oi, boss. As far as I'm concerned, I'm at your mercy. You want me to work? I'll work. If you want to kill me..." He shrugs.
Just lost all sense of life.
Yeah, he's depressed for sure.
Rushing. What's your
Yes, my
I
lord.
think we need to find him a new lady.
You've been around for a long time, seen a lot of people. What's your vote? Useful?
Yes, sir.
Marquis?
He knows the land, he knows the area, and he may even have information he himself does not realize he has. Certainly useful.
Drop documents. For now, we will rest before we head out for kobolds. I assume you'll handle out the pay and such, Marquis?
Currently doing the numbers now.
Fantastic. On that note, Haps, consider yourself part of the Ashen Corp as a hiree. Try not to cause too many issues. We're going to be creating a kingdom here. Not like the Stag Lord. You see as how we're working so far. If you have any questions, either speak with Rasheen or myself. If you are needing
Diego.
supplies, see if you can requisition them from Marquis. Diego's good for entertainment, but remember beyond that, it's Diego.
When you mention that you're here to form a kingdom, he actually raises his head. He's like, "Oi, you serious?"
Yes. You see, I have a plan. I used to run a particular kind of job before, and it made coin, of course, but a particular thought occurred to me that if you can create a bit of land, make it protected, and make people want to come to you instead of the other way around, the coin will just come. So we make a good place, we make a good land, we protect it fiercely, and who knows what will come. How does that sound, Haps?
At the "how does that sound," Haps, Svetlana hands him a bowl of radish stew, and he goes, "Aye." He'll raise it at you as if toasting towards you.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I don't think I fully introduced myself. Matheson Doyle, future king.